Hello guys, this is session 28 of Library Management System. In today's video, you are going to add different rules to different users. That means you want to restrict users based on the user permissions. So, before watching this session, I strongly recommend you to watch our previous video because in our previous video, we added all the default data for different tables. So, let's open NetBeans. And here we want to access application pages based on the permissions. For that, here we have utilities package. Inside that, we have two classes. There is no problem. Let's create a new class inside that package. For example, we want to create class auth. That is good. So the class is created. Let's import the required packages. Simple. We have connection. Import java.sql.connection. Then we have, for example, import java.sql.prepare statement. After that, we have result set. Simple. Import java.sql.result set. Then we have SQL exception. Simple. Import java.sql.sql exception. So inside the class, for different permissions, we want to create a method. Simple, public, static, for example, boolean, for example, has permission. And here we want to add parameter, string, for example, form name. So based on that method, we can access to different pages. If the user has permission, it returns true value. If the user does not have permission, it returns false value. So thereafter, let's read database connection from JDBC connection class, because here we have connection package. Inside that we have JDBC connection class. Let's read database connection from that class. And here we want to use try catch with resources. Try, and here we will define the catch block SQL exception. SQL exception. So everything is fine. Let's read database connection. Simple, connection. For example, link equals, we have JDBC connection class. Then we have get database connection method. We want to call that method. So after that, we will write a query to get permissions based on the role ID and form name. For that, we want to open MySQL workbench. So, and here we will write a query to get the data from the function table and from the function role table. We have two important tables, function table and function role table. We want to write that query here. Simple, select count. We want to use count function. Count all from TBL function role, and we will join the function table. Simple. Inner join TBL function. Let's write simple condition on TBL function role dot function ID equals, we have TBL function dot function ID. So let's define where class. Simple. Where we have TBL function role dot we have role ID equals parameter. We want to use parameter because in JDBC application we will use prepare statement. Thereafter we want to combine another condition, and we have TBL function dot form name equals parameter. So let's copy that simple query, and here in the NetBeans we want to define a simple variable string, for example scale equals, we want to paste that query. Okay friends, hereafter let's define prepare statement. Simple. Prepared statement PS equals, we have link and we want to call prepare statement method. So thereafter we have two parameters, role ID and form name. For that we want to bind values. Simple ps.set string of 1, and here we want to get values from the login form. Let's open that. So in our previous video we implemented login form. Here we have our variable which is role, and that variable can be used to store role ID. Here we assigned role ID to that variable. We want to get value from this variable because this variable is a public variable and this variable is also static. That means we can access using the class name. Simple. And here in the auth class we want to access that. We have login form. Simple login form dot role variable. So thereafter we have second parameter which is form name. For that we want to bind the value. Simple ps.set string of 2, and here we want to get value from the parameter. Here we have form name. So everything is fine. Let's execute that query, and here we want to define result set rs equals we have ps. Then we want to use execute query method. So let's process that result set. Simple frs.next. So inside that we want to return a value. As you can see here we have only one column which is count, and that count return integer value. Let's return that value based on the condition. Simple return rs.get int of 1 greater than 0. That means if the permission is found, we want to return true value. After that, let's write simple code inside the catch block also. Simple, for example, system.out.println of, we want to use get message method, sorry. So, and finally, in case of no permissions, we want to return false value. Simple, return false. So the method is completed. Thereafter, in the main application, we want to call that method. Simple. Here we have main application. Let's open that. And we want to call that method on each and every button. Let's right click on that. Event. We have click event. So inside that button, let's call has permission method. And we want to define a simple condition. If not auth, we have auth class not auth dot has permission, and we want to assign form name. We have homepage, and here we want to define else block. That means if the permission is not added, we want to display a message. For that, let's remove that code, and that code we want to use in else block. And here we want to open another form because we have designed a simple no permission form. Let's open that. And here we have simple message and simple icon. So if the user does not have permission, we want to open that form. Simple, here we have main application. Let's copy that simple code. And here we want to open, instead of home page, no permission form. So after that, as you can see, we have different buttons like manage students, manage books. We want to call that method. Let's right click on that. And here we have click event. So let's copy that condition. And here we want to set that. Let's write else block. So, and here we want to change home page to manage students. Simple manage students. And here we want to change home button to manage students. So after that, we want to copy this simple condition for another button. Here we have manage books. Manage books. Let's write else block. And here we want to close that. And here we want to write manage books. And we want to write manage books form. We have manage books form. Simple manage books. Okay, I think that is enough. You can write all the conditions using the same way on each and every button. And here just only the permission change is required. Okay, let's run the application to see the result. And here we want to enter username, then password. Let's open home page. Then we have manage students. That is good. Then we have manage books. Okay, we accessed all the pages because the admin user has all the roles. Thereafter, let's create a new user. And here we want to create, for example, Smith, and then Smith 1 to 3. And here we want to assign, for example, student role. User created successfully, that is good. Let's close the application. Okay, let's run the application once again. And we want to log in using the Smith user. We have Smith. And here we have Smith 1 to 3. Why invalid credentials? Let's check on the database. Okay, here we have wrong password. Let's change that. For example, Smith 1 to 3. Apply, and then finish. That is good. Let's log in. Let's open home page. As you can see, we got a message, access denied. You don't have permission to access this page because the Smith user does not have any permission. If I open manage students, we got the same message. Manage books, we got the same message. So in our next video session, we want to implement how we can add or remove permissions to different users. Because here we have manage users. Let's open that. We have manage roles, manage users, and manage authorization. We implemented manage roles. We implemented manage users. In the next video, we want to add this feature, manage authorization. That means from the Java application, we want to handle that dynamically. So if you have any questions, you can write them in the comment. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. That is enough for today. Have a good day. See you in the next one.